All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Aliens, Gotta Be Legend, Gotta Be Legend TV, and the purpose for this video is because I've been seeing a lot of people, asking how is it that they go ahead and defeat these champions with Stasis, right? It's part of the quests, right, that you get from the Exo Stranger. It's one of them if you happen to go ahead and choose Vanguard for strikes, right? So how do you do it, right? Because if you happen to try to kill just regular, yellow bar, ultras or bosses or things like that, it's not going to work, right? So there's a particular thing you need to do, and this is what I did. I already completed it, as you'll see. I do have a lot of old quests, so please don't knock me. But as you see, I have a lot of old stuff. I still need to finish it. I took a break. Long story short, as you see, I don't have it here anymore. As you see, right? So, best thing you can do is go to Vanguard, go to Nightfall, the Ordeal. As you see, I still haven't done the 100,000. I've come close, but for 100,000, you might need to do at least Legend. But the problem with that is matchmaking is off. Now, why am I here? Because the purpose of this video is to go ahead and talk about the champions, and here we are. Hero, matchmaking on. This is super important, right? Because normally, when there's champions involved, or some sort of task that you need to complete that involves champions, you need to make sure you're in a fire team. It's really hard to do this by yourself sometimes, right? So obviously if you're here, you're not going to get that. So you need to be at hero. Why? Because it's the last level difficulty that you have with matchmaking on, because everything else is off. So you need to be here, right? And when you're there, just make sure, of course, that you're equipped with the right gear. This is the gear that I used. I need to just go ahead and make sure I show you guys. So I used Surge Eater and Thermal Overload. That's what I used. As you'll see here, recharge your grenade ability whenever you or a member of your fire team disrupts a champion. Solar and stasis grenades cause disruption, delaying ability regeneration and lowering combatant damage output. Strong against overload champions. It's super important to use. Also, I used this, right? Reduces class ability cooldown each time you pick up an orb of power, and of course some resilience. Here, as you'll see here, auto rifle reserves, melee damage resistance. Also very important, the anti-barrier pulse rifle, right? This is something I recommend you use, and I also recommend you use no time to explain. So as you see, grants weapon shield piercing to any pulse rifle you are wielding, bypassing combatant defenses. Pulse rifles you are wielding gain a bonus to damage against barrier champions, strong against barrier champions. So this works against the boss and the little mini whatever the fuck that shit is that it summons as well. It works against both. So if you have that and then you have this as well, I suggest you use that. And then over from my helm, just that right there, as you see. But most importantly, make sure that you are on hero, because it has matchmaking on, and as you see on the right hand side, right, champions overload and champions barrier. So with that there, just make sure, very important, that you do use stasis damage on them, right? Very important that you use stasis damage on them, whether it be from a super or possibly from a grenade. However, after you do that, do not kill them with a weapon. You need to go ahead and use your finisher on them, right? So make sure, if there's other people around and you see that that health bar going down, make sure you keep clicking on that right thumbstick to make sure that you're able to get that in, and make sure it finishes, because if it happens to start the animation for a finisher and it doesn't finish, then you're not going to get the credit for it. So make sure that it completes it, right? Make sure you get the full animation to get the credit. And there might be other people doing it as well, right? So just be mindful of that as too. I did it in about 3 runs, right? Nightfall on hero wasn't that bad at all, actually. So if you do it like this, you'll be able to get it done pretty quickly. you'll get some, you know, some good gear too, right here and there, but it's quick. It's not that bad. So I recommend doing it this way. And yeah, if you happen to do it this way and it worked for you, let me know in the comment section down below. If you'd like to see more videos, more tips for me playing Destiny, this is ALIANZ, of course. I do play a lot on Twitch, but if you'd like to see some tips on what I, you know, usually tend to do when I play the game, let me know in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you're new, hit the thumbs up for us, and we'll see you soon. This has been ALIANZ for Gotta Be Legend and Gotta Be Legend TV, and I'm out. Peace.